This tutorial explains how to superimpose two time point scans using landmark registration within Slicer. The landmark registration is used as a pre-step of the voxel brace registration to superimpose two time point scans. Note that you must unzip all files before using landmark registration, because the registration doesn't work with zip files or with any file that has a dot in addition to the dot of the extension. Zip files that don't work are .gz, .zip, .zip, and .tar, .tar. Files that are okay are GIPLs, NERD, and IMG, .gipl, .nrrd, .img. After launching 3D Slicer, load the two scans. Click Show Options and select Centered on both scans. To overlay the scans, click on the pin icon in the upper left corner of the axial, which is the red, sagittal, which is the yellow, or coronal, which is the blue, screen. Click the double caret icon to expand. Select the double ring icon, which links the three views. In each drop-down tab of this window, select a scan. Move the crossfade to modify the transparency of the overlay. To change the contrast, press and hold the left mouse button and move the mouse cursor to the left, right, up or down. These scans are a bit distant, but the landmark registration will fix this. In order to start the landmark registration, go to the Welcome to Slicer drop-down menu. Then click the CMF registration option and click the landmark registration option. First, select the fixed volume, usually your first time point. Next, select the moving volume, usually your second time point. Do not select anything in transformed volume. For registration type, check linear. Lastly, select registration active. For view options, you can select the axial, sagittal, coronal, or the combined view. Use the crossfade bar to change the transparency between the scans. Now the real landmark registration begins. Click the Add icon in the Landmark section. It will create a landmark in the middle of the image. Move the landmark to the region of interest in both scans, fixed and moving, and use the different views to obtain the right place for the landmark in the scans. You can also click the plus and minus buttons to zoom in or zoom out. When you're finished with the first landmark, add two more in the same manner. Since it's a linear registration, 3 landmarks are enough to superimpose the scans. After finishing the landmarks, it's necessary to apply the matrix called Linear Transform 3, created by the module. In order to do that, go to the Landmark Registration drop-down menu, select CMF Registration, and then click Apply Matrix. The matrix should be applied to the scans designated as the moving volume. Thus, for the input volume, select the second time point image. For the registration matrix option, select the file created at the landmark, in this case linear transform 3. For reference volume, select the fixed volume or the first time point. For output volume, click the Create and Rename New Volume option. This is the file that should be saved at the end. Rename as you wish. Click OK and finally Apply. Wait for it to finish. You can select a different view if you wish. Make the overlay again in the same manner as before, with the newly created file. Do this to double check the superimposition. Finally, don't forget to save the files. You can save them in whichever format you wish.